It's finally dropped, boys. The Pound for Pound podcast recap of DDP versus Usman. They don't really talk about the fight for all that long in this episode, but when they do, alright, there is some cope in there. There's still a little bit of cope in there. Not as much as what there was post-fight from Kamaru. He seemed to have come to terms with the loss, and that he just lost the fight fairly. But there is new excuses dropped from Henry Cejudo, alright? And Kamaru's still talking about the thumb punch, like the thumb went in the eye, when it didn't, alright? So we're going to go over, we're going to break down the bits of cope. There's not an awful lot, because like I say, they didn't talk about the fight for too long in this episode. They do an interview with one of Usman's training partners. He's fighting Usman Nurmagomedov at PFL in 2 weeks' time. So we're just going to go over the little bit that they did talk about it and go over the cope, because some of the things they say is ridiculous in this episode. So we're going to get straight into it, boys, with the first timestamp. You know how we do. Let's go.
No, but it was that thumb punch in the eye. You know, it was kind of, his fist was closed, so it was a legitimate punch, but it was a thumb that went in right here.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't that. Why is he? So he says the fist was closed, but then the thumb went in the eye like that. No, it didn't do that. It was the knuckle that punched. It was the knuckle that landed on your eye. Why is he still saying that it was a thumb in the eye? It wasn't a thumb in the eye. He's lying. You could go watch the replay in slow motion. It's not a thumb in the eye. He's still going on about it like he got poked, bro. It's so ridiculous.
My eye, and boom, just immediately puffed up to where, you know, I was originally.
I'm not being funny, right? An eye poke, correct me if I'm wrong, you can. An eye poke would not make your cheek swell up. just a thought, guys. It might make your eye red and it might make your eye close, but it won't make your cheek swell up. So why is your cheek swelled up? Oh, it's because it's a fucking punch. It's a clean punch. It's not an eye. Your face doesn't swell from an eye poke, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. He's like, oh, you know, he just scraped me with his thumb, and then my face swelled up. That's not how it works. I'm pretty sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I've never seen someone's face swell from an eye poke. Ridiculous.
Kind of worried. I was like, dang, did I break something in my face for it to be that way? But no, it was not. It was just that thumbs, because it's just a swelling here. Nothing is broke.
Right, so if it's swelling down here, then how the fuck does the thumb in the eye cause you to swell all down here and all around here? It was a punch. It was a punch that caused the swelling. You fucking... Oh my god, he's still coping about the eye thing. You can't just say, yeah, I thought it was an eye poke, but it wasn't. It was a clean punch and the knuckle landed on my eye. He's still going on about it like it was a thumb. Has he not watched the fight back? Has he not watched it back? This fucking... And
everything is in place, so, you know, grateful for that. Now,
so that's just the first little bit. So, you know, he's talking about the eye poke still. You know, saying that it happened when it fucking didn't. It just didn't happen. Then we have this as well from Henry Cejudo. So this is some new excuses being dropped by Henry Cejudo, okay? My thought of this is, Kamaru has told Henry this, and he said, you know what, Henry, why don't you drop it so it doesn't come from me? And then I can go, no excuses, Henry. Oh, I didn't say the excuse. Henry dropped the excuse, guys. It wasn't me. I didn't say anything about this excuse that Henry's going to say. It was all Henry. Listen.
And if I could, Kamaru, I mean, can I break that damn news here for you? I mean, you fought.
No.
And a lot of people don't know this. You fought with the torn pec.
No, Henry. No, Henry, please don't say that. Please. What a crafty move. What an absolute crafty vet move. Henry, you say the excuse, so I don't say it, so they can't say I'm coping. You say it. Also, he did not fight with a torn... Have you seen a torn pec? Have you seen what a torn pec looks like? Isn't it interesting that we only find out that he has a torn pec when he loses? I guarantee if he won, they wouldn't be like, he won with a torn pec, guys. It's just another excuse. And if he had a torn pec, how is he taking DDP down? That wouldn't happen. Right? It just wouldn't happen at all. When he managed to get DDP down, yes, he got straight back up again, right? But the fact that he had the power and the strength to like lift him up and take him down, he didn't have a torn pec. All right, and if he did, why are you taking the fight for? Why are you taking the fight? You can't go into a fight injured, right, and then blame the injury for your loss. It's you. You've ended that fight with an injury. It's your fault. All right. Don't train as hard. Like don't overtrain. Or just you say, you know what, UFC, I'm sorry, right, but torn pec, I'm gonna have to pull out. You know, I'm old. I'm out my prime anyway. I'm on my way out. I don't really want to risk more injury because I have a torn pec. Like, if you go into a fight injured, that's on you. That's your own fault. You can't then use it as an excuse. Oh, wait, Kamaru's not saying it. It's Henry saying it, right? So it's fine. Henry said it. So Kamaru's not coping, guys. It's Henry coping for him.
No.
You fought with the torn pec, dude, and I didn't like that since the beginning. I didn't like him taking this fight, but if you're fucking fighting with one pec, Kamaru, with the torn pec, bro, that's different, man.
Crafty as fuck. Yo, this is why Kamaru Usman's one of the GOATs, guys. He knows how to cope without really coping. He knows how to, like, put the cope on someone else. Say, you cope for me, Henry, so I don't have to be the coper. It is high IQ coping from Kamaru. High IQ Copa Kamaru. That's what we'll call him from now on. It's crazy.
I understand, Henry, but it is what it is. And that's what I said.
A lot of people were giving you a lot of shit because DDP was saying he was stopping your takedowns and whatnot. But how can you get to those positions if you don't have a fucking pack?
No.
But you did take him down. You did take him down. And look, Usman, we're seeing right through this. No, Henry, stop. He's like Willy Wonka in the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You know when like the kids are like drowning and Willy Wonka's like, no, stop, don't do that. It's like Kamaru's like, no, Henry, please stop saying all these excuses for me. No. We see it right through the bullshit, Kamaru. We're not stupid.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is just part of being a fighter. No, I got your back on this, Kamaru. Because if people really knew,
we roll the dice every time, so there's no excuses.
Oh, you made an excuse earlier on saying that it was the eye poke that made your cheek swell up. You fucking idiot. So you're really no excuses, but my cheek and my fucking forehead swelled up because I got poked in the eye with a thumb. Crazy, but all right.
We roll the dice, and sometimes it works out and no one ever finds out. But this time it didn't work out, so it's not even something I want to bring up. Let's not bring it up.
Crafty. Wow. I mean, wow. Brilliant. Listen, Henry, I didn't even want to bring it up. You brought it up. I didn't say anything about this torn pec. That was all you, buddy. All right, crafty moves anyway. We move on to this moment. This is like a funny moment from Henry, like misspeaking. I just found it. I just found it funny.
or you have to remember too, like that, those like pec injuries are.
Oh no, wait, that's later on. Sorry, that's later on. This is something different.
I'm kind of doing that right now. So,
Or you have to remember too, like that, those like pec injuries are.
He's still going on about the pec injury. We get it. We get it, Henry. You want to hammer home pec injury? You had a pec injury. You had a pec injury. You don't have to fucking go on about it so much. Like, yeah, we get it, Henry. You've mentioned it now. Like, can we move on, please?
Injuries are. Look at what happened to John Jones. John Jones, remember, he was out for some time, bro, when he messed up that pec. And it would, people, like, he went for a legit takedown, and it's on video, and he was able to kind of pull all of his pec muscles. And, bro, that's just brutal, dude, for something like that to happen. But
it's just like, come on, just stop with the cope. Or just stop with the cope, for fuck's sake. I'm going to move on to this moment here. What's next for Kamaru Usman? They talk about what's next for him, where do they think they go. This is delusional. This is delusional shit. Listen to this bullshit.
Down to 170 pounds, and you fight the number one contender, and Carlos Prates. And I tell you,
Oh my god. We just saw him, right, get absolutely dismantled on the feet by DDP. And Henry goes, you know who you should fight next? Carlos Prates. That's a great idea, Henry. What a great... Do you want to see your friend die? Do you want to see Kamaru actually die inside the cage? And also, what has he done to deserve a number one contender's shot? Like, what has he done to deserve to fight the number one contender? He beat Joaquin Buckley, right, over a year ago. Probably, I can't remember when that fight was, but it was a long time ago. It was ages ago. And then he just got battered by DDP for 25 minutes. And you're like, yeah, give him the number one contender shot. What are we talking about, Henry? Are you dumb? Like, you've been a world champion multiple times, right? You're a legend of the sport. How do you not know, like, how matchmaking is supposed to work? What has he done to deserve this shit? Like, he's 1-4 in his last 5. And you're going, yeah, give him number one contender against Carlos Prates. You either want to see him die, or you're fucking mental. Or both. What the fuck? But wait, guys. Wait for Usman's response to this fucking thing. This is crazy. This response is like... You might think, alright, that's a ridiculous fight. But listen to what Usman says, bro.
Hey, what? He would love that fight, man. You're one of his favorite fighters. I mean, I guarantee you, Carlos would be like, hey, you know what? Kamaru is the greatest welterweight of all time. Let me fight a legend.
I don't think he would. I think he wants a title shot. But what do I know?
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Yes, very wrong, Henry. Very wrong indeed. But wait, listen to Usman's response, because it gets better.
Yeah, good. You know, it's a good observation, but let me just be honest.
He doesn't want that fight. It's a good observation, but I get fucking killed in there. But I get killed in there, you know. Well, Henry's put him on the spot here, but listen, there's more.
Listen, as far as the matchup, I love Carlos Prates. He's one of my favorite fighters right now to watch, and to where. Yes, that would have been an honor to share the cage with him. That's one of the guys that I would be honored to give the opportunity to share a cage. But
I'd be honored to give him the opportunity. You're ranked number 10. What do you mean give him the opportunity? What, to get a washed Usman's name on his resume? Like, I get it, you know, you're a legend, but I would have loved to give him the opportunity to face me. Bro, you're ranked number 10. At welterweight. He's ranked number 1. What would you be like? Give him the opportunity for what? To beat up an old man who's out of his prime? Oh, brilliant. What a legacy fight that'd be for him. Jesus Christ. But wait. It gets worse. Pardon me.
But I'm only interested in that if it's for a title.
You heard that right, folks. Let me rewind it. Rewind. Sorry, Kamaru, say that again? What did you just say?
But I'm only interested in that if it's for a title.
For a title? For a title? I'm only interested in that fight if it's for a title. What is he talking about? You're 1-4 in your last 5. You beat Joaquin Buckley at welterweight over a year ago, and you just got battered for 25 minutes from DDP, and you're like, hey, listen, I only want that fight if it's for a title. What are you talking about? You want a title? Are you... Is this guy insane? DDP did some serious... it's fucking Leon's fault. Leon head-kicked this guy and gave him severe CTE for a title. You've got some work to do before you get a title shot. Like, he's like, listen, I only want to fight Carlos Prates for the title shot, man. That's fucking mental. I can't believe he actually just fucking said that shit. That's crazy.
Because I don't want to be the reason why he's not fighting for a title. And
That is so funny. I only want to fight Prates for a title because I don't want to be the reason he's not fighting for a title. This is the most insane shit I've ever heard in my life from a fighter. Like, what the fuck is going on with Usman's brain? I don't want to be the reason Carlos Prates doesn't get a title shot. So I only want to fight him when he's champion. Are you... Well, so you're just going to wait and see if Prates becomes champion and then you're going to go, I want to fight him now. No! And we can look at the rankings and I'll fucking match you up with someone. I think you should retire. But if you're going to stick around, I'll give you a fucking matchup, mate. Carlos Prates for the title, you idiot.
I don't want to be the reason why he's not fighting for a title. And, you know, also, I guess the little bitty shitty voice inside of us also goes, I'm not trying to get beat up by that guy if it's not for the title anyways.
Well, that's what it comes down to. That is the only honest thing he said so far in the clips that we've watched. I don't want to lose to this guy unless it's for a title. That's the real reason. Not because he doesn't want to deprive Prates of the title shot that he's earned or like, you know, anything like that. It's just he doesn't want to get beat up by him for no reason. That's what the real reason is, but he'll try and twist it to like he's doing Prates a favor. I don't want to take his title shot, guys. Why wouldn't you want that? By the way, like, what fighter, right, would sit there and go, I don't want to take his title shot away from him and give it to me. I don't want to take his title shot and just give it to me, guys, because I'm just a nice. I'm not a selfish fighter. I just want everyone to get a title shot instead of me, guys. I'd rather not get one, thanks. Is this guy fucking... Leon did some damage, bro. Headshot dead. Did some fucking damage.
So, but even though I don't think that's what it would be, but he's tough. He's great. I really love watching him. And so, yeah, I don't think I want to entertain that unless it's for the title, but...
Oh my god, this guy, bro, he thinks he's still up there. You're ranked number 10, bro. You're not in any title conversation. Nowhere near. You need at least two top 5 wins, or three decent wins for a title shot, in my opinion. You are not sitting out and demanding another title shot like you did after you beat Joaquin Buckley. You fucking... Oh.
Listen, I'm just, right now, I have to just sit with the coaches, sit with the team, assess kind of everything, and assess the place where I'm at in my career, and just, all in all, and just see whether it's worth continuing to do this.
I think that's the best thing for him, genuinely. I know I've been clowning on Usman, but I think the best thing for Usman right now is to just retire. You've got nothing else to prove, mate. Like, you were a dominant champion, and you're now going on this bit of a skid. And I know you beat Buckley, and kind of ended that skid a little bit. But I think you could just call it now. You know, like, you'd be invited to come back on the broadcast. You've got the Pound for Pound podcast. You know, you could be a coach. You know, your training partner who you've got on the show. You know, you could do lots of different things, like, and not, like... receive brain damage. You know, like, you could just not do any of that. I think you should retire personally, but because you don't want to end up like Adesanya, who's just like losing and losing and losing and getting finished and losing. You know, you don't want to end up like that, or like a Tony Ferguson. Quit while you're ahead is my advice.
Whether it's worth continuing to put them through that, because listen, I've never really gone out there and not represented them appropriately, myself and my coaches, and it was kind of hard. This one was a hard one because I felt like I didn't do that, and like that the Hamza fight was like, oh.
So, you know, he talks about his previous fights and things like that, but that's really the bottom line. I think he should retire. I think he should just retire. Nothing left to prove, to be honest. Just call it a day. Well, this is like, this thing's just like a little bit of a funny joke. Henry misspeaks, and I thought it was pretty funny. This ain't anything serious, but and then we'll look at where Kamaru could actually, who he could actually fight, genuinely. But listen to this shit.
Because let's say if Hamza does win, it does beat Sean Strickland. So then that just puts the the division and lingo a little bit.
He puts the division in lingo, guys. Not in limbo. He puts it in lingo a little bit. Ranking time. Let's have a look, shall we? So, we've got Kamaru Usman down here. Okay, we're at number 10. He says he wants to fight Prates for a title shot. He doesn't want to take Prates' title shot away from him because he's just a super nice guy that I guess doesn't want to have his own title shot for some reason. I guess. Like, whatever. So the meta rankings, he's number 10. The media rankings, he's number... Where is he at? Number 9. Right, so if we're going off the media rankings, he could... I think he'd fight Bilal Muhammad. There's beef. There's the podcast drama where Bilal apparently slapped him, and you look at the meta rankings, Bilal's still above him there. So you beat Bilal Muhammad, you're looking at another top 5 guy, or like, you could have like a Sean Brady or something, wrestler versus wrestler, or a JDM. If you beat Bilal, maybe you could look at getting a JDM. That's actually genuinely a winnable fight for Usman if he just wrestles him, because JDM can't wrestle for shit. But I really think the only fight that Kamaru should consider taking is Bilal Muhammad. Grudge match. Good drama there. That, like I say, the podcast slap. And it gets Kamaru closer to the top 5 because he's not deserving of a fucking number 1 contender shot. What is Henry Cejudo and Usman saying? I should fight Prates, but only for the title. No. You fight Bilal Muhammad. That's the only thing that I think you should possibly do. Bilal's coming off of a losing streak, right? He's not looking too good, all right? You've only lost 1, and it was upper weight class. So in welterweight, you're on a 1-fight winning streak. Bilal's on a 3-fight skid now? Is he 3 fights? Yeah, he's on a 3-fight skid now. I reckon that's the fight. Bilal versus Usman. Get it booked on a fight night, Fight night main event, maybe. I'd watch that. Or get it on like a fucking... I don't know, get it on like a pay-per-view fucking... Like... Or even on like a prelim or something. I don't know. Just fucking book it and put it somewhere. I don't really give a fuck where it is, as long as it's not on like a co-main event of a pay-per-view. Or like a feature fight or some stupid shit. But that's the fight. Either that, or you retire and you call it a day. That's my opinion. But yeah, guys, that's the cope. Just some crazy shit from these... I don't know, what is it about fight? Like, is it just the CTE that makes them say crazy shit like fighting Carlos Prates? I got eye poked, even though we all saw that it was... You said it was a closed fist, but then the thumb came out and poked you in the eye. You had a torn pec, apparently, which I don't think you did. Because how would you be able to secure it? Like, not secure it, but how would you be able to get a takedown in the first place? Lift him up and take him down. If you had a torn pec, you wouldn't be able to. Like, literally, you'd have no strength to do it. And then he wants to fight fucking Pratt. I don't know, bro. I don't know what you guys think anyway. Like and subscribe. My links are down below. Become a member. Join the Discord. And until next time, I'll see you in a bit. Goodbye.